Hey folks, Jackdaw here. Given Mass Effect Legendary Edition's huge success, I figured I'd finally throw my hat into the ring and discuss a potential Dragon Age Origins remaster. I know this conversation has been a long time coming and many of you have asked for me to talk about this, and so to compensate I figured I'd finally plunge in and dive deep into everything that can possibly be discussed about a hypothetical Dragon Age Origins remaster. I should preface that currently there have been no official plans or announcements regarding any Dragon Age remaster of any type. Nevertheless, thanks to an EA 2019 earnings call, we've known for a while that EA do have other plans for other products within the Dragon Age franchise, whatever they may be. Adding more to the mix, back in 2018, someone asked former Dragon Age executive producer Mark Darrah if a Dragon Age Origins remaster would ever be possible. Mark Darrah replied and said hopefully, however, it would be an involved job. So we can quite confidently say that there is hope for a potential Dragon Age remaster one day. Something that gives me even more hope is Mass Effect Legendary Edition's success, which surpassed EA's sales expectations and proved many things, like the fact that single-player games are a worthy investment, and so are remasters. I don't know if you remember, but back in I think 2014-2015, the current EA CEO basically stated that remasters wouldn't be a worthy investment, but as we can tell, they most definitely are. And EA are continuing to do remasters with Dead Space on the horizon. The fact that EA and BioWare remastered the Mass Effect trilogy also showed that they are listening to the fans. Even though the Mass Effect fandom had been asking for a trilogy remaster since like 2013, EA and BioWare finally caved in. So they are certainly listening to some extent. Immediately after replaying the trilogy and witnessing the excitement and success of Mass Effect again, many people, like myself, wondered, will Dragon Age get this same treatment of a remaster? And that's just one of my very many questions that I'd like to explore and discuss throughout this video. But let's start with a simpler question, being why am I only rooting for a remastered Dragon Age Origins and not an entire Dragon Age Trilogy Legendary Edition, Jackdaw? Why stop at just the first game? Well, I've got many reasons for that. I think Dragon Age Origins is an instant win for EA. While the fandom obviously varies in their opinions of their favourite Dragon Age entry, for example, my favourite is Inquisition. Yes, I love Origins and Dragon Age 2, but Inquisition just has that certain spark, and it arrived at a time in my life when I really needed escapism, and therefore it is my favourite for many different reasons. However, on a mainstream level, Dragon Age Origins is an iconic 10 out of 10 must-play dark fantasy RPG that many people have very fond memories of and would say it's the best, most definitive Dragon Age experience. Again, that's an opinion, but it's definitely an opinion that is held by a lot of the mainstream audiences and casual players of Dragon Age. It'd be an immediate success for EA if they repackaged Origins as a remaster, because it would just sell incredibly well with the amount of players who love Origins for many nostalgic reasons, and also because it's just a bloody epic Dragon Age game. Whereas I know for a fact if Dragon Age 2 was repackaged in a Legendary Edition remaster with, let's say, not too much work done, maybe some up-res textures, even so, I know for a fact there would be a huge outcry from many people asking for significant reworks and changes to the game, like more level variations, the addition of cut content, the creation of unfinished DLCs, etc. It wouldn't be an easy sell for BioWare. While I am absolutely sure an up-resed, repackaged Dragon Age 2 would be wholeheartedly beloved in the hardcore fandom, the mainstream audiences would most likely still take issue with Dragon Age 2's flaws despite how bloody epic it is. BioWare would need to be fully committed to a rework of Dragon Age 2 if they were to remaster it. Otherwise, I just think there would be trash talk on Dragon Age 2 once more. And then there's Inquisition, which was created on a completely different engine to Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, the Frostbite engine. I think it would be an absolutely monolithic task to rework all three games and put them on the same launcher like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, especially with Inquisition on Frostbite. At least Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 were each created on the Unreal Engine, but with different engines for the Dragon Age games, I just think it would be incredibly hard to pull that off. And just like reworking Dragon Age 2, I just don't think BioWare would want to put that much time and effort into this remaster. I imagine that they would want a pretty small team just to work on the remaster alongside the main team who are working on the next Dragon Age entry. Therefore, I think a Dragon Age Origins remaster is just a more realistic expectation. It's a single remaster of the most critically acclaimed Dragon Age experience. A small team or third-party studio could polish the game just like Mass Effect 1's rework, with its combat improvements, visual enhancements, and all DLCs repackaged. Then EA and BioWare could be off selling Origins like fresh, hot cupcakes. And that brings me to my next question. Why do we need a Dragon Age Origins remaster? Remaster in the first place? Well, when Mass Effect Legendary Edition released, and actually just when it was announced, the reception to the Mass Effect games completely changed. People were excited about Mass Effect again, and the mainstream opinion was healthier compared to Andromeda's release. Melee helped Mass Effect move on by reminding everyone of what defined the Mass Effect series. Regardless of personal opinions of Andromeda, the general perception of that game was not good at launch. Melee helps transform that, and since then, people are excited about Mass Effect again. Not just the future entry of Mass Effect, but Shepard's journey and everything wonderful that the trilogy brought out. In conjunction to that, I would very much like that same level of appreciation and love for Dragon Age again, because the general perception of the Dragon Age games, BioWare and Dragon Age's future at the moment is a rather mixed one. Here on YouTube, you cannot avoid the hate bait and cynicism. Some of it I can completely understand. Skepticism is a good thing. However, the majority of these videos online are just pure tripe, and at times it can be intolerable, especially when you just want to hope for the best, believe that the team can pull it off, and talk about Dragon Age lore and your unhealthy love for Solas. I think with a Dragon Age Origins remaster, it would help a lot of the mainstream audiences find their love for Dragon Age again, rediscovering what Dragon Age is all about, while bringing in new excitement for the next future entry. It could calm the storm a little bit, creating some positivity for the franchise, just like Mass Effect Legendary Edition did for Mass Effect. Other than a bit of wholesome positivity for Dragon Age, a re-release of Origins can help introduce new fans to the series. And like I said, it would sell like beautiful butterfly cakes at a bake sale. It really would be a missed opportunity if EA didn't jump on that. Like, seriously, EA. Also, it'd be super nice to play Dragon Age Origins again with significant improvements to its gameplay. While it's alright to play in 2021, you know, there are no major issues to the game, it still certainly shows its age. If remastered with reworked combat, more accessibility options, and better visual enhancements, that'd be a swell, updated experience, and just more Dragon Age to play while we wait for the next Dragon Age game. Moving on to my next question, how could this remaster even happen, Jackdaw? Well, for those wondering if BioWare have all their fingers and too many pies, Mass Effect Legendary Edition was actually created with the help of a third-party studio known as Abstraction, meaning that a lot of the teams within BioWare weren't actually working on the Legendary Edition. Yes, of course, there were a few like Mac Walters who were working on the remaster, but even so, that was only a small team dedicated to it, with a huge helping hand from this third-party studio. So with that, what's stopping BioWare from hiring Abstraction again, having a smaller team within BioWare working on this remaster, whilst giving a chunk of the work to this third-party studio? This time working on a Dragon Age Origins remaster. Abstraction have proven their worth and have shown us that they can do a fabulous job with remasters, so why not give them a new project? It's been stated that Mass Effect Legendary Edition started production in 2019. Of course, I imagine the pandemic delayed the project by a fair bit. Regardless, this project was in production for a year and a half, which isn't too bad, all things considered. If BioWare have ongoing plans for a Dragon Age Origins remaster with Melee's success, or they're certainly looking to it now, we could totally see this sort of project release just before Dragon Age 4 if they so desired. I mean, come on BioWare and EA. As everybody knows, it would sell incredibly well, and honestly, just my own personal experiences of the fandom, I think it would just bring in some nice positivity for the future entry, and we'd even have new fans interested in Dragon Age, and that has got to be an exciting prospect. But I suppose, like usual, we're just gonna have to wait and see. What about you folks? What are your expectations on a potential Dragon Age remaster? I know I constantly get comments all the time talking about it, so I know that there's a huge demand. But I suppose if we're not going to get a Dragon Age Origins remaster, what other Dragon Age products do you think we could see that could be in the works currently? Do you think BioWare could actually pull off a Dragon Age Legendary Edition? Would they actually spend that much time reworking Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition? Let me know all your thoughts down below on potential Dragon Age products and this Origins remaster. But until the next one, you're already in the right place for all the latest on news and speculation on Dragon Age and its future. I have been Jackdaw and I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.